Collin Darrall.
Hi, Indrani.
How are you?
Good.
Good. You look very relaxed.
I do?
Yeah. You don't feel it? Do you feel stressed?
I don't know. I got all these cameras on me, so I'm trying to,
Well,
I am pretty relaxed.
No worries. No worries.
Yeah.
You're an actor. That's
right.
People want to see you all the time. They want to see you doing all kinds of things. Speaking of, I ask everyone the same question. You are no different. Why acting? Why did you choose it? Why in the world did you choose it?
It's weird. I haven't thought about it, really.
Everyone's story is different. Surprisingly different. Some are similar, but there never is one that exactly the same.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think I come from a pretty artistic family,
What do they? I know you have a sibling who sings.
Yeah, Shelby, she's a singer. She lives in Nashville, and then my dad, he was in a band. So I think the artistic side of me has always kind of been there. But I've also always...
Just being around it.
Yeah, and I've always just been really competitive,
How so? That.
I
like that.
I've always, played sports and stuff, and there's a thing in sports where it's like you always get better, and as you age, and I was like, well, what can I get better at, And I've always loved movies. I've always, I used to watch movies on repeat, and there was just something about it. It was like, I think it's because I saw a sense of like myself in that, I could be like, oh, I could do that,
Which one out of all these movies, because you said I used to watch movies on repeat, was there one in particular that made you go?
Yeah, The Dark Knight. I'd watch that like over and over again, and I don't know maybe it was, I feel like it was Heath's performance in it, there's just something about it, like he's super, he was a villain, but like you liked him because like he was like charming, and it was like...
He was charming.
Why is this guy, like why am I watching this guy? Like, why do I think like... And then I just felt like, maybe I could do that one of these days, But I didn't think about it until it's like senior year of high school.
What changed there?
Well, I started doing theater. And my buddy, like my best friend in high school, he was like, dude, you should just try theater. You'd probably like it, And I was an athlete. I was like, dude, I don't know. Like, I'm not really...
Were you football or...
Basketball.
Basketball, okay.
So I was busy with all these other things. But then I was like, okay, I'll try it. And then I loved it. We did like a couple plays, and I was pretty good at it. And then I was like, okay, there's something here. So then I went to Santa Barbara for 2 years in college, and then I majored in theater, and then I minored in film. So that was like another spark,
Because it was getting a little more serious. I mean,
Yeah.
High school's one thing, but then to keep going with it, it's like,
yeah,
it's more.
And then there's like, you see the talent level, significantly increases from high school to college, and
yes.
But then also I just feel like I've always kind of felt like I have something to prove, and it's not just so much like I want to prove to other people, like I do, but I want to like prove it to myself. I want to be like yeah, like I did that.
It's very much an athlete's mindset too.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. It's like no one else is going to do it for you.
Yeah.
You can only beat yourself, kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's a motivator.
Yeah, and that's probably what sparked it, because I was very serious about basketball. That's what I thought I was going to do. And I actually was going to play college ball. I was like on the roster, and I was about to play. But then I was like, I don't know how far I can go with this, because I'm like 5'10", it's tough. These guys are, giant.
Oh, the Giants, yeah.
Yeah, and it's different, genetic-wise. But when it came to acting, it was like, okay, doesn't matter how tall you are.
Like I'm right in the pocket.
Yeah.
I could do this.
But also I've always, loved movies. And I always thought that I could find something with that.
That's cool. That's cool. Did you ever, okay. I think I know the answer. Are there points where you just get discouraged, and why?
Yeah, all the time. Like,
That's why I was like, I think I know the answer, but I'm going to ask it anyways.
well, like when you bomb in class, you know?
What's bombing, though? There's
don't
no
know,
really
it's-
bombing. I mean,
And yeah, I
You
get
know.
what you're saying, but like there's some times where it's like, what am I doing here? Like I just look like a dumbass in front of the whole class, you know, like, but then other
they're so
times
busy
it's
thinking
like,
about themselves and
Yeah.
not really noticing
I
it, to
agree.
tell you the truth.
But there are other times where it's like, you need that, you know, it's like, okay, I figured out what I shouldn't do, and it kind of pissed me off, so now I'm gonna,
Fuel.
Yeah. And now I'm gonna be like, okay, let's come back next week, try something different, and then, you know.
I got that. So then you learn, which is what class is for.
Yeah.
You learn.
I think you have to be discouraged. Like, I think you have to, you know, fall on your butt, you know?
Yes.
And it's, because I always say, like, it's, with acting, it's learning what not to do. Like, you know, in class especially.
And where it's safe.
Yeah. It's like, okay, maybe I shouldn't do that with my face. You know, I have these tics.
Oh, that's
okay, well, now I know. What
It's
not to
really
do.
funny. It's really fun.
But that's just-
Everybody's got tics, but
Yeah,
you know. But you said something great. It's like, yes, it's such a thing. It's like the failure is where you learn. It's not being like doing the same thing, recycling the same shtick again and again. It's like, well, that's great.
Yeah.
Would you learn? You
Yeah.
know, did you get better? Did
Yeah.
did you push yourself into a space where it's like, oh my God, I didn't think I could do that, and you
Yeah.
did.
Well,
That
how are you-
only comes from failure.
How are you going to get better if you do it right every time? You know?
Yeah, it's like, well, I'm great.
Yeah. And I like how you're honest, you know? You're like, let's try that again. Or let's, you know, let's come back
Jeez.
next week with that. It's like, okay, well, now I know I'm doing something wrong. What can I do better? You know?
But you know, you have a healthy relationship, and I think it's being an athlete. A
Yeah.
relationship with, oh, I need to do something else or something different or a little more of something, you know, whatever we discuss. And you're
Yeah.
like, oh, okay.
I
It's
mean, you know
kind
how
of the
many times I've
challenge in
been-
you.
You know how many times I've been, like, screamed at in practice, you know, my
Right.
coach, and, like,
Yeah.
I'd say a lot of that was kind of toxic, you know, in practice, because my coach
If
was,
they're abusive, yeah,
well,
that's not good.
he wasn't abusive, but, like, it just, you know, just, like, he would scream at me in the games, too, you know?
Oh, God.
And, like, in front of the whole,
That's frightening.
like, all the bleachers, it's, like, making me feel
Did
like,
it make you mess up? It's like, ah.
yeah, it definitely didn't help.
Yeah.
You know, my performance, it's like, oh, I'm worried about what my coach thinks. And
Yeah.
like, everybody's just saw him yell at me in the stands, you know?
Oh, no, that
So
is.
that kind of like, in a way, that kind of like gave me some thick skin, though. You know? Which is cool.
So nothing really phases you at this point.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I'm used to getting screamed at.
And
you
not
know?
being
And
coddled.
you never scream at me, you know?
Yes.
So,
We got that on camera and never scream at him. I like
Yeah.
that. Well, it's unnecessary.
yeah.
You know, it really is unnecessary. I find it to be unnecessary. It's like, what's the point in that?
Yeah.
You know? Now they're just sitting there going, well, she just yelled at me, and she's still yelling, and I don't know what she's saying. It's ineffectual. You know, you're an adult. Speak to you as an adult.
Yeah.
It's purposeless.
And a lot of times it wouldn't even register. Like, he'd scream at me during the game, and then my mom would ask me, he's like, what was he saying to you? Like,
I don't know.
at the bench, I'm like, I don't remember.
No
Like, it
idea.
kind of just,
I just heard his voice.
yeah. So,
It's so funny.
yeah.
What advice would you give? You see, I never asked you this. To somebody starting out, hasn't even started training. You're in the beginning of really pushing out professionally right
Yeah.
now. Be interesting to look back at this later. For you, it's like, oh my God, I
Yeah.
remember that time. But now go back to when you were just starting to train, and
Yeah.
somebody's like, I can't do it. What would you say?
There's something I heard recently that I liked a lot. It was have a white belt mentality. You know, like in karate, you start out with a white belt and you don't know anything. You know, so and you're seeing all these guys around. They got like blue belts and brown belts and black belts, and so it's like you don't know anything. Maybe you know a little bit, but it's like you should just sit back and say, okay, let me just take in all this like a sponge.
Open up.
Yeah, and I think you should only talk when you have something to say. I think just soak it in as much as you can, and don't have an ego. A lot of actors have. It's like, I know everything, and I'm here for a reason, and then I have to show, and I have to just like let it go.
Oh God, I almost should send this to some people. It's like exactly, right? And you can see how that becomes this block. And they keep hitting that wall. And I could tell, it's like, if you could just push that away, you'd be fine. You would grow faster.
For sure.
It's a waste of time.
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved what you just said. You don't know how great that is. White belt mentality.
Yeah, I love it.
It's very smart. Who said that to you? Or did you see it somewhere?
I think it was in like some group chat I have. It's like this other actor. He was like, "You just gotta have a white belt mentality," And I'm like, "Oh, that's good. I should use
It really is.
Yeah.
Really good pearl of wisdom there.
Yeah.
Because I agree.
Yeah.
I love it, Collin. Collin, you're gonna be a big old star, baby.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
It was such a pleasure talking to you today. We're done.
Nice. That was fast.
It's fast.
Cool.